Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evenings, wherever you are. Okay, welcome everyone to the fourth episode of the Monk's Life Story. Today is Wednesday, 29th of September 2021, and my name is Venerable Narongchai Thanajayo. Okay, I'm gonna be your host tonight, and it's gonna be another relaxing night. Myself and my team is very excited because we are about to have the last batch of ordination this year. As we promised, we will provide 5 ordination program this year, start from February. Okay, and the next month is the last batch of this year. Even though there's a time of pandemics and a lot of people are suffering, and we cannot provide the ordination, the full ordination last year. So this year we feel like, you know what, we're just gonna make it happen. Whoever can make it to Thailand, whoever seek for the true happiness as a Buddhist monk, they will find their way to come here to the north part of Thailand, to this mountain, to this forest, and get themselves ordained. Myself and my team, we have been providing ordination and training for foreigners in the past 14 years. So we have ordained more than 1,000 men around the world. People from different walks of life have signed up for ordination and come to Thailand and got themselves ordained. And in the past 10 years, I believe we have met a lot of good people, okay, those spiritual seeker, happiness seeker who come to Thailand and seek to find happiness in this lifestyle as a Buddhist monk. So, we provide 30-day ordination, and we opened up for people who would like to stay longer after the program ended. So many of them still, being with us here, and amazingly, this year, we are so excited that we will have, I believe, 9 foreign monks. Some of them know nothing about Buddhism. 9 of them are going to become a Thera. Thera means a monk who ordained, fully 10 years in monkhood. And I'm very excited about it. This is something special. It's not happening every day. And we have seen people come from non-Buddhist background and got themselves ordained and stay with us, stay as a monk, search deeper into themselves for 10 years. And that's something very amazing. So we might have some sort of family celebration and, to support each other, to move on in this spiritual life journey. No one can say that, we're going to ordain for life. Okay, it's pretty hard to say that. Even though I was born Buddhist, I still have I cannot say that I'm going to be a monk for life, but we support each other. We say we ordain day by day that we wake up, we still a monk, we still alive, and then we have a chance to develop ourselves, okay, physically, verbally, spiritually, and wisdom-wise, to learn about the teaching of the Buddha, to learn about the truth of life, and that's what keep us stay here together. Especially people who love to meditate, who love to live simple life. You guys are welcome to join this family. So I believe it's my job to share the story like this to the whole world, to let people know that this kind of lifestyle exists, where you can get yourself ordained, okay, become a part of the Sangha or the Buddhist monk, and learn to live life simple, learn to live life as an aesthetic, learn to live life as a meditator. Okay, nothing much to be worried in this lifestyle. You can come and learn ehi pasiko, come and learn by yourself. And if this is for you, then you are welcome to stay longer. And if not, that's fine. At least you have look at this as a school. Okay, school. Why do we go to school? We learn, right? We seek for knowledge. That's why we go to school. And this is school of the spiritual life. Learn more about the spiritual. Learn more about the truth of life. Learn more about the teaching of the Buddha. So basically, that's what me and my team has been doing. And I believe I have a lot of good story, okay, to share with everyone here. So that's just why we put things together and we come up with the monk's life story, okay, and in this Zoom meeting. So wherever you are, whether you're Buddhist or non-Buddhist, you are at the right place at the right moment. Feel free to join us. So every Wednesday, okay, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thailand time. So we will spend the first 15 minutes as usual, meditating together, find some inner peace, let everything go, bring the mind back home, and stay relaxed for 15 to 20 minutes. And after that, I will share with you the story of the monk's life, some of the wisdom from the Buddhist text, and perhaps at the end, if we have time, answer some of the questions that you might have. So let's get back to our topic today. The session usually lasts about an hour. We will spend the first 20 minutes, greeting each other, meditating together, and another 30 minutes of sharing about the monk story, about the wisdom from the Buddhist text. And maybe if you have time at the end, if you have questions, then maybe you can ask, and P can perhaps answer some of the questions that you have. Okay, so tonight's topic is about a wealthy young man ordination. It's a story of one special monk in the Buddha time, okay, who happened to be born very rich, and decided to give up everything and become a monk after he understood the teaching of the Buddha. So we'll get to that story in a moment. For those of you who are new, okay, this is the monk's life story, the channel that share the story about how to live simple life, simplify life, and how to find true peace, okay, through the Buddhist practice. And like I said earlier, myself and my team, we have been providing ordination and training for foreigners, okay, for more than 10 years. And we have met a lot of good people. And there's so many good stories I think the world need to know. So I think it needs to be shared, need to be told. So that is why this Zoom meeting happening, because of the idea of sharing the story of the monk's life. So this year we provide 5 ordination, start from February until now. So the coming month, which is one more day from now, we are going to have the last batch of this year, the last program, ordination program. And we have more than about 10 people from 8 countries have signed up for this project. We basically full. We don't expect a lot of people to come because the seat is so limited. We have about 10 huts, only fit for 10 people. And this is perfect. 10 people come, and then they can enjoy the environment, not too crowded, and then they can enjoy learning from each other in the next 30 days here in the north of Thailand, in this jungle. And the program will be start on the 1st of October and will be finished at the end of this month, 30 days, in Pa Pae International Meditation Retreat in Thailand. And some of them already got here. Okay, we have actually 3 of them. Okay, we have John from Canada. He got here earlier on the 23rd. And we also have Chris from Germany, and we have Olaf just got here last night, okay, from Norway. And tomorrow, maybe more participants are coming tomorrow, because the program will be start 2 days from now. So we are so excited and welcome all of them for this spiritual journey. Here is the John, okay, from Canada, from Ontario, Canada. He has a degree in environmental science. He got here earlier, and then we have a chance to get to know each other a little bit. And this is his story why he signed up for ordination. Okay.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Willems. I'm 24 years old, and I'm from Canada, Ontario specifically. I graduated from an environmental science program, and so before this, I generally lived a pretty typical life as a Canadian citizen. I partook in regular social events with friends, and nothing was really giving me the fulfillment that I so desired until I started meditating. And it's been a very, very profound and life-changing experience for me, to the point that I moved from one side of the planet to the complete opposite to pursue this. And it's so far been one of the better decisions I've ever made. I'm very happy and proud to be doing this. And it's really helped me with a lot of my personal issues. I used to have a lot of depression and anxiety back in high school, and these things were all self-inflicted. They all came from a lack of sort of understanding the true nature of who I was, and also reality in general. And through meditation, I've been able to completely, if not cure them, but at least alleviate a lot of the symptoms of them, to the point that I barely even recognize my old self compared to who I am now. So it's been very, very profound, and I want to be here to ordain so that I can learn how the sort of authentic way to practice this, but also teach it, so that I can hopefully go back and help more Canadians with the same issues. Because there's a massive epidemic, there's a pandemic going on, but there's an even bigger pandemic or epidemic of mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. So the main reason for wanting to come to Thailand is because I truly believe that there's no better place for self-development and progression than to fully dive in and jump into an environment where you have no choice but to get rid of some of your bad habits. It's sort of a complete reset and a refresh on life, and that enables you to be forced out of your old routines. And it's very, very beneficial, very positive to not only be here, but to have the community around that's so supportive. And to know that the things you're going through, you're not going through them alone, and any questions you have, any things that might arise as you're trying to embody this new philosophy, there will be somebody to help you be guided through these things. So you're never alone. Yeah, I truly think that there's no better place on the planet than if you want to do self-improvement than to come and practice being a monk for a while. It is a little bit scary at times, but that's also nothing easy is worth doing, so to speak. So the scarier it is and the harder it may be, the more benefits that you stand to gain from it. So I definitely think it's worth it. So in order to begin this journey, I had to sort of get rid of all my recent attachments to my old life. So I left my family behind, I left my job behind, and I actually had to partake in a 14-day quarantine, mandated quarantine. So the process of coming here and essentially figuring out how to do the visa, how to work with the program in order to sort things out, how to actually go through getting vaccines and everything, it's been simply that process on its own has been incredibly beneficial for me. And I've been here for 3 days in total, but if I was to leave tomorrow, it would already be a complete success because of everything I've gained. Not only through the process of just moving my life from one side to the other and figuring out all the issues that arose from that, but just the sort of present moment and the amount of mindfulness that I've been brought into simply by being in the middle of a jungle on a mountain on the complete exotic different side of the country or different side of the planet. It's exciting. It's really exciting. It's quite an adventure, and I wouldn't be anywhere else if I could choose. This is where I want to be. So.
Okay, and that's the story of John from Canada. Hi, John. I think he's watching me somewhere here. We also have Chris from Germany, and we also have Olaf from Norway. Like I said, John is very prepared person. Okay, he make his plan, a while ago when he find out that there's a project like this available in Thailand with his own interest about Buddhism and about self-development. So he planned his life to come here, and his parents also support him to come here as well. And this batch is quite interesting because they are young and they are looking for I like to say a day-by-day ordination. So they want to develop themselves, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And that is why we are so excited and welcome all of them to join this the last batch ordination of this year. The ordination will be taking place next Tuesday on the 5th of October in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And on the 6th, which is 1 week from now. So hopefully I have all the story of the ordination and share with you guys on the next episode of the Monk's Life Story. Okay, so send your loving kindness and wish the success to all of everyone here who have made an effort and come a long way from different corners of the world to Thailand for ordination. So this is something very special and very powerful. With that, let's continue to the last section, of this 4th episode. Like when P was mentioned earlier, we will touch on the story of an ordination of a young wealthy man in the Buddha time. And as we reflect on a lot of people who come in ordination, at the bottom line, everything they find in common, they're looking for something which is happiness. Some people are looking for something called the truth. What is the truth? What is the happiness? What is the true nature of life? Whatever it is, they have some question in their mind and they're looking for answer. And ordination perhaps maybe one option that available that help them to find those answers. And that is why many people come a long way to Thailand and got themselves ordained. This is the man, Matthew Richard. He is known as the happiest man on the planet, and he happened to be a Buddhist monk. And his secret of being happy is it takes just 15 minutes to sit, close your eyes, and share your loving kindness. Know how to love yourself and know how to love others, just like what we did earlier, 15 minutes, and that's all. If you can cultivate that as a habit, you may find the inner peace inside yourself, without paying any dollar. Just close your eye, free your mind, sit back and relax, and happiness start happening inside your own self. The Buddha said long time ago, he said, Nati santi parang sukhang, no happiness surpasses peace of mind. That means no mean no. No other form of happiness can compare to the happiness that comes from the peace of mind or meditation. This is a refined form of happiness that not many people in the world actually know that it exists. And some may know that it exists and have no idea how to attain it, how to achieve it. This is meditation. It's available 2,500 years ago. It's available now. It's too bad that not many people spend time on it, study and practicing it. We search for happiness, go after material thing, success, education, relationship, here and there. At the end of the day, we realize that that's not the true happiness. We will never feel enough of acquiring more and more and more into ourselves. But monks' life looking at happiness oppositely. They're looking for happiness in terms of having less, 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 and less, because less is more. Less worry, more happiness. And that is why I believe this is one of the reasons why people are looking for simple life and come to Thailand and seek for ordination. And the story, this is one of my favorite story in the Buddha time. The story of Venerable Ratthapala. What Ratthapala is the name, is a Pali name. In the Buddha time, when the Buddha was still alive, okay, one time he walked past by the town. In this town, the Buddha come with a big group of monks. So wherever the Buddha went, he usually gave the Dhamma talk to people in that city or that town or that village. And that's the typical situation. There will be a lot of people come and listen to his teaching. Back then, there were many teachers, right? Many gurus, and people go from place to place to teach and to learn from each other. In this particular incident, the Buddha went to this town, and there was a young man. His name is Ratthapala. He happened to be there and listened to the teaching of the Buddha. And the Buddha taught Dhamma in general. But he happened to be kind of got interested, got intrigued by the teaching of the Buddha. And he was very excited, something like he never heard before. It feels like he found like an answer of life. Ratthapala was born rich in a very wealthy family, only one son, and father and mother love him so much, and they don't want him to go anywhere else. Just stay home, have a good life, have kids, have family, and carry on the family business. And that's, to me, is just a typical situation in all family, right? But Ratthapala differently. Once he understand the teaching of the Buddha, he went home and he seek for ordination from his parents. He seek for ordination. He said, "Mom, you know what? I have a chance to listen to the teaching of the Buddha, and I am fully understood that Dhamma or that teaching that I heard. And now my mind is not here. I feel like I have to get myself ordained and following the Buddha footprint and learn from him and free myself from suffering or dukkha." He said, it is not easy to practice spiritual life as a lay person. So it's going to be difficult. That is why I want to become a monk. I want to ordain. So he asked his parents permission. And guess what? Parents said, "No, impossible, son. I cannot allow you to become a monk and live life as a beggar. You have a perfect life here. Why don't you enjoy your young life, enjoy all the material wealth that we have, get married and have kids, have family?" And Ratthapala said, "No, Mom, Dad, I have come to the conclusion. I have come to the decision. Please allow me to ordain." And Mom and Dad still resist. So after a while, Ratthapala stopped talking. He said, "You know what? I'm going to starve myself to death if you not allow me to ordain." So he stopped eating 7 days in a row. And Mom and Dad didn't know what to do. So they asked the friend of Ratthapala to come at home and, "You know what, can you go talk to my son? Talk him out. Don't let him ordain." And the son came and talked to Ratthapala. He said, "You know what, I don't think your parents are going to allow you to ordain. Why don't you just get up and eating and enjoy life as before?" Ratthapala said nothing. "Just please talk to my father and mother. Allow me to go." The friends come to the conclusion, he went out and negotiated with parents. He said, "You know what? If you allow him to ordain, he may be able to come back and visit you alive. If you don't let him ordain, he will starve to death. He will die and you cannot see him again." And in fact, Ratthapala was born, in a luxury life. He don't know anything about suffering. He don't know about living life, by the support of others. So if you let him go, I don't think he will last for a week. He would come back because life out there as a monk is very difficult. It's simple life, but it's very difficult. So what we learn from here, one thing as a monk's life, you cannot ordain without your parents' permission. If you seek for full ordination, upasamata, or ordain as a Buddhist monk, you need to have permission from your parents. And that's the rule. It's the Vinaya. That is why Ratapala has to do whatever it takes to get permission from his parents. And finally, parents said, "Okay, son, we let you go. Why don't you go and got yourself ordained?" So he was so happy. He went back to see the Buddha and share the good news with the Buddha. Buddha, my mom and my dad, okay, now they allow me to ordain with you. So he got himself ordained and he following the Buddha teaching. Okay, and the text said, before long, he secluded himself from the group. He learned meditation from the Buddha and he practiced on his own. Before long, he had attained the arahantship. He became an awakened person. He said, birth is ended. Holy life has been fully lived. Okay, all the things that's supposed to be done has been done. There is nothing further for me to do anymore in this world. So life has been fulfilled. Basically, he achieved enlightenment, attained arahantship. So he went back home and paid visit to his parents. This is in the Majjhima Nikaya, which is the middle length discourse of the Buddha. It's quite long. For those of you who are interested, you can go back and check the sutra. It's sutra number, I believe, 82, Majjhima Nikaya. It's a beautiful story of a young man, Ratthapala. And one occasion, he met with the king, okay, the king named Gorapaya. The king happened to challenge the monk Ratthapala because the king, maybe he did not believe in ordination. And he know Ratthapala was born rich, okay, in the very rich family. You don't have to do that. In his eye as a king, he said, usually people ordain with these 4 reasons. Either you getting old, you old, you don't know what to do, you go ordain. Either you getting ill, you get sick, no one take care of you, you go ordain. Someone will take care of you at the temple. Either you lost your wealth, you become a beggar, you lose everything in your life, then you go ordain. Or you lost all of your relatives, no one take care of you no more, so you got yourself ordained. This is the reason why people ordained back then in the eyes of the king's Gorapya. So for those of you who are coming to ordain, I want you to ask yourself a question, okay? What exactly is your ordination reason why you want to become a monk? And from time to time, I have met with quite interesting answer. I asked a man, why did you ordain? He said, "Long Pi, I got my heart broken. my girlfriend left me, so I want to ordain." So with this, if you can reflect on this, people ordain because of suffering because heartbroken, suffering because physical illness, suffering because loss of wealth, suffering because loss of relative. People ordain, seek for liberation from that particular suffering. Ratthapala said, you know what? I did not ordain because of those reasons. And this is the reason why I ordained. He said, knowing and understanding the Dhamma, I went from home to homeless life. Basically, after listening to the Dhamma talk from the Buddha, he understood fully. And that fully understanding motivated him to got himself ordained and become a monk, to leave everything behind and free himself from all worldly attachment and seek for spiritual liberation. And that's what he said. He said, I listened to 4 Dhamma. These 4 Dhamma are the reason why I become a monk or ascetic. This is the first one. He said, life in any world is unstable. It is swept away. Life in any world, not just human realm, heavenly realm, hell realm, in any world is unstable. So to keep it simple, life is so short. 100 years from now, none of us, will be exist. We'll be all gone, right? We born, we exist, and eventually we die. Death is coming for sure. It's not that long. The longest people that ever live on this planet is about 120 years old, if I remember correctly. Have you noticed anyone live longer than that? 150 years old, 200 years old? No, it's very short-lived. And Ratthapala reflect on that, wow, I don't have much time to live. I know my birthday, but I don't know my last day, and death can come and strike any moment. So he got that, he fully understood that. So he got himself very excited once he heard the first Dhamma from the Buddha. And the second Dhamma, he said, the Buddha teach me that life in any world has no shelter and no protector. No one can protect you when death comes. And the king, he said, you know what? I have all the army who can protect me. Why did you say that? No, there's no protector. Ratthapala said, you know what? When death is coming, okay, chronic disease is coming, life threatening is coming. No one can protect you. And the third one is life in any world has nothing on its own. We have to leave everything behind. No matter how powerful you are, okay, how much money you have, how much education you have, how many people love you, how many people you love, we have to leave everything behind. And the last one, life in any world is incomplete and enslaved to craving. This is very important. We never feel enough. Rich want to be richer. Richer want to be richest. Richest want to remain rich forever. We never feel enough. This and Ratthapala understand that. Remember, this story happened 2,500 years ago, but it's still up to date. We can learn a lot from the story like this, from the Buddhist text. So I believe and I hope that you can reflect yourself to the story of Ratthapala, why he become a monk. You don't have to become a monk, but you can grab, okay, the essence of the teaching of this particular sutra to apply to your own life. So you don't cling on so much, whether you are a father, a boss, a business owner, okay, one day we're going to have to let everything go. We're going to have to leave everything behind, and no one can protect us. We own nothing. We're going to have to say goodbye for people we love and, move on to the future lifetime. Okay, so with that, I feel like time is flying. We have less than 5 minutes. So again, we meet again next Wednesday. Okay, this is a series of sharing. Okay, just come join us and learn from each other here and there. Okay, so with that, I think we are okay for tonight. Let's see. Okay, we have one question. That's good. Maybe I can answer this question before we finish. One of the monks asked, are there any risks involved related with meditation too much? Thank you for the question. This is a very good question. Okay, so is there any risk or bad side of meditation too much? Interesting, right? When we eat too much, it's not good for the body. When we meditate too much, is that bad for the mind? What do you think? Well, meditation is a mind development, right? It's the mind training. Training what? Training the mind to be still. Okay, training the mind to be still. So the more you meditate, the more you have a chance to get to know your own self. The more you have a chance to know how to calm your mind down in any situation. The ideal is to be able to control your mind in all kind of situations, to make the mind neutral, to keep the mind still. If someone says something bad, I understand that, and the mind come back. If someone says something good, the mind not go after that praising. I understand that and come back. This is the idea about being mindfulness, about being still, about being understanding of the thing that happening around you. We call it clearly knowing and clearly understanding. So to me, meditation is good. Okay, sit long hour is good. There's nothing, there's no harmful come from meditation. I never heard that someone died because of meditation. Have you? In the past 15 years, I become a monk. There was no such thing on the newspaper said, oh, people die because they meditate too much. There's no such thing. And the only downside of meditation to me is, what I have seen from my direct experience. When people into meditation mode too much, 1 month, 3 months, and then they may become a lazy person. You don't want to do anything else. When someone asks for help, can you help me do the chore, cleaning the toilet, do this, do that? You say, I don't want to do that. I just want to meditate. And this is something, monk need to be careful. The meditation is good. At the same time, meditation to me is the mind development. The more you meditate, the more the mind become developed. The more the mind become developed, the more kindness, loving kindness you should have. Okay, love yourself and love others. Understand the nature of life and support each other. Find way to support your monks, brother, people around you. Not just, I don't want to do anything. I just want to meditate. If you are living a lay life, okay, and you tell your husband, you know what, I don't want to do the dishes. I don't want to do any cooking. You just do by yourself. I just want to go meditate. Now we have problem because we don't put the practice, correctly. Meditation is good, but you need to know your context, your environment. This is time for meditate, you meditate. This is time for do something else. Okay, you have to be responsible for whoever you are, your father, your wife, your student, your monks. So we work on that. Okay, and that's something that the downside, the only part that I saw. Other than that, there's nothing harmful come from meditation. Okay, let's finish with this question. This is another interesting question from John. He said, if Buddhism is all about removing attachment, how does one remove the attachment, of wanting to find enlightenment or even simply experience deep state of meditation? This is a wonderful question. Okay. So even meditation, we still crave for having a better meditation, crave for the mind to be still and crave for deep and deeper meditation, even crave for enlightenment. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Ananda, which is the Buddha personal attendant, he said one time beautifully, he said, sometimes we use craving to take care of craving. Let me repeat that again. We use tanha to deal with tanha. We use craving to deal with craving. Instead of letting the mind craving for something else, which is useless, unuseful, wasting time. Crave for wealth, crave for relationship, crave for traveling, crave for success here and there. And now we become a spiritual person. We walk on this spiritual journey. In the eyes of him, it's okay for us to crave for enlightenment. Nothing wrong with that. At least it keeps your mind focused on this direction to be fully liberated. That's why if you focus on that, okay, you wake up, you want to meditate better. You will not pay attention to all entertainment. You don't want to watch movie. You don't want to go party with your friend. You just want to have time back for yourself, for own self meditation practice. To me, it's worth it. So we use craving to deal with craving, and nothing wrong with that. But once you meditate, long enough, you have a certain level of concentration, and then your inner self will tell you, okay, you may see the craving inside your mind, and you will know how to deal with it when you get to that level. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. All right, thank you everyone for time. Okay, it's about 1 hour perfectly, and hope everyone have a good time, good session, and learn something from this session. Again, stay tuned for the next episode. I will come back next Wednesday to share with you the beautiful story of ordination of this last batch of ordination, which is on the 5th of October. But the Zoom will be on the same time, which is today, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Thailand time next week. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and don't forget to practice meditation on your daily basis. Okay, have a good night, have a good day, everyone. See you next time.